What's left then, is it? Flip watch, right? Oh, amazing. Thank you. I'll help you. Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Going to be doing my usual weekly Clan Wars highlight video, I suppose you call it. This week was a pretty chill week overall. The leaderboards are as follows. There is about 3 hours of Clan Wars left until the end of the week, but the reason I'm making the video early is because Germany don't play conventional Clan Wars on the weekend. They play Levy Wars mostly, and they might play Monday and Tuesday. But on Monday and Tuesday, they will dodge a lot of the higher ranking clans. Let's say. We might play Germany like once a month. Honestly, if they forget the Dodgers, that's pretty much it. So yeah, they're not playing today, and they probably won't play, and they probably won't play any of the top guys. So that's the leaderboard. Roll didn't play this weekend. They were off, from what I understand. They were out and about, so it was pretty relaxed against PlayStation teams yesterday. The only, I suppose, difficult games we had on PS were against Rush early in the set. I don't think we played them in the afternoon. I don't think they were running either. So yesterday afternoon, Clan Wars, when we were pushing for points, it was basically us against the Xbox clans, which was actually really nice for me because, as you can see, I got Firebugs now. Now, the reason I got Firebugs was basically to use against Xbox clans. They were running 4 ranged hover comps, so like a couple of Helicons, a Scorp, and a Typhoon. Obviously, a lot of damage, a lot of heat. Kind of sucked to chase that down on the bigger maps with spiders, so it was giving us a few issues. So I got the bug, Griffin bug, pretty nice. Basically the idea is, I think at least, we got like a bozo push comp now with 2 punny hovers, Hund on something, sometimes a Hammerfall, sometimes a Master Cop, and then me on this. Not a fan of that comp, to be honest. I personally prefer 3 spiders and a Griffin bug. I think it's an incredibly strong comp because it can fight anything. If you go up against ranged hovers, then the team has to worry about keeping away from the spiders on the map, so they have to worry about that. But then they've also got a Griffin bug coming out of nowhere, and even when I go in on a Griffin bug, then they're forced to focus me, which then distracts them from the spiders. So you're basically a little kamikaze car on this thing. I will go in and I will attack whatever is the biggest threat to my spiders. So say if we go up against the hover team and it's all ranged hovers, I will go up again. I will try to find like a Helican or like a Scorpion or something and try to kill whatever is the biggest threat. Because I'm going to die first anyway, because you will have to focus Firebugs when they go in. It's just the rule because they have so much damage. So you're going to die anyway, but you take out the biggest threat. And it works pretty well, especially against Xbox, because it forces them to run alternatives. So what I believe Retro did instead was they ran 2 hovers and 2 dogs. Well, because they run in 2 hovers and 2 dogs, the 2 hovers don't have much damage against our spiders, so our spiders can just push, and I don't have to worry about getting focused by 4 guys anymore. And they're good enough to keep an eye out for the dogs. And then same thing goes again. If I'm going up against 2 hovers and 2 dogs on this thing, I just try and get the hovers. But I'm not it. If I'm going up against 2 hovers, 2 dogs, I don't need to go in straight away. I can take my time because my spiders will survive infinitely longer. So it's pretty good. It's a really good comp against hover teams, I think, because it forces them to switch it up. And yeah, it worked out pretty well. Griffin Kirk is pretty OP, to be honest, if you use it right. Yeah, so that worked out pretty well because I needed the experience on the Firebugs anyway. I'm not a dog guy, as you all probably know. I'm a Masto guy, but I did all right, and I needed the practice with them anyway. So Roll not being there, and I was playing against mostly Xbox yesterday, was actually really nice for me because I got a good chance to try it out and get used to it. So just going forward, I'm not going to be like a full Firebug guy. Obviously, this is basically just to use against other teams when need be. it was just an exception this weekend. I wanted to get the practice in. I wanted to get as familiar with the build as I could. Speaking of the build, I actually, believe it or not, I made this from scratch, and it's actually not terrible. I'm kind of chuffed, actually, to be fair, because I'm saying actually way too much. Yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with this build, actually. I just said it again. There's probably a lot of Firebug mains out there looking at this, like, yeah, that's not that impressive, mate. It's kind of bog standard, but considering I'm a Master main, and I did build this on my own, I'm pretty happy with it. The only real change where I did have this piece like that, I believe. Then Echo pointed out that, or Realist, pointed out that if I get that gets shot off, then I've got nothing holding the barrel up on the middle gun, and it can clip quite a bit. So I moved this down like that. I might make some future changes. Echo was nice enough to send me a copy of his build, or a build he made for me. I'm not too sure which. But it basically didn't have the stands by here. Instead, it had a third stand running from behind the bugs forward, which I might make a change to do. Thing is, if I do that, I've got to beef up the wedge in the middle. Not a wedge, the roof, sorry, in the middle. Because otherwise I'm going to have like a ton of mass here held on by like 400 kilograms here. So I'll need to change it up a bit, but that'll come in at some point. So yeah, in terms of the bug, I kind of suited it. This is actually a really good discussion I wanted to have about adapting a Firebug for the situation you're building it. So most Firebugs that you'll see, they will have the majority of their mass put into the roof. Or the majority of Firebugs that I go up against on a spider will have the majority of their mass put into the roof. Basically, so they'll have this Gasan will normally be here to protect the block the firing angles, and then they'll have a big old freight plow by here. So you don't want to do that if you build in a Firebug to go against hovers like I was. You don't want to do that because you're having against a hover team. Basically, you'll charge in, and then his three teammates will have to shoot you because you're a bug and you're a big threat. So the majority of your damage will go into the back of your build. So because of that, all of my modules are in the front of the build, like here. Also, because I swapped out the freight plow for something much lighter, I've lost about 380 Dura on the roof, but I've gained about 800 kilograms from it and a bit more. That 800 kilograms, I was able to get about 400 more HP and put a keen on the back and Yama packs and whatnot. So I got a lot more durability at the back of the build at the expense of a little bit less durability on the roof. But the roof is still plenty against hovers. I mean, you've got, that's 280, that's 640. Say 1060 Dura at least on the roof before you can get to the guns. And the guns are 1800 Dura themselves, so if a Scorpion or a ranged hover shooting me in the roof, I'm not worried. I'm much more worried about his teammate shooting me in the arse. So yeah, in terms of the Omamori is attached to the cab, to the guns, the Jenny, the engine, and the cloak. So that's really nice as well. I'm not going to get my cloak shot off by getting shot in the arse or anything. So yeah, I really like the build. I really like the build. I did well yesterday. The biggest problem on the build yesterday was me being a bit of a tit. But yeah, I'll show the videos now, or the clips. They're basically just against Xbox hover teams. I want to say one against Retro. We played Retro twice yesterday when I was here, I think. One on both. One in the morning, one in the afternoon. Played Game maybe 3 times. Didn't play SSSR this weekend. I don't know if they weren't playing or we just didn't get them, but didn't play them, sadly. Because they're a really good hover team too, so I wanted to try that out. But yeah, we played Retro, and that was the important one. So it went pretty well, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. So thank you for watching. I'll probably stream all of tomorrow since it's bank holiday. So I'll probably have a stream from the very beginning of the session if there's a team about. And yeah, have a nice day, or have a nice weekend. Please don't stop on the spiders. Yeah, I need to. Right, the scope is really hurt. Yo. Here you go, here's your scope. Alright. I'm gonna try and jump up one of the dogs. Go in, fellas, go. I'm on it, I'm on it. Please die. Hello there. Dogs. Not hitting me. Finally some fucking footage. Go in, fellas. Hello. Goodbye. Oh. How'd that look? How'd that look? Go. I hate red numbers. Have his day. Hello. I'm off this guy. On the bridge, cloak, right next to him. Guys, how things? You have to push him, guys. Oh, we have to push him. Nice one. I'm going on the 4th, which doesn't seem like a good idea. Okay. Please turn, Bill. No, okay.